Hello dear students, this is Rekha Bajaj. Today we will study about a poem named Animals written by Walt Whitman. Before going to discuss about the poem, I would like to tell you something about the poet Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman was an American poet, essayist, and journalist. He was born on May 31st, 1819. He received limited formal education. His occupation during his lifetime included school teacher, reporter, and editor. His major poem collection, Leaves of Grass, is a landmark in the history of American literature, published in 1855, which consisted of 12 poems. In an age when all the poetry was rhymed, Whitman made a break with tradition and wrote a revolutionary new kind of poetry in free verse. What is free verse? Free verse is a type of a poetry that does not contain patterns of rhyme or have a regular rhythm. This poem, Animals, is from his work Song of Myself in the Leaves of Grass. It is also written in free verse. In this poem, the poet admires animals for being better than human beings. He has pointed out the evils present inside the human brain which he thinks animals do not have. The poet wishes to live among animals and experience a life where no one complains and where they are free of sins and sorrows. The poet believes that long time ago humans possessed virtues but they have now lost them. That is why he thinks that animals are much better than human beings. Now let's read the poem. I will give the explanation along with the word meanings. I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self contained. I stand and look at them long and long. Here, I refers to the poet. Placid means calm or peaceful. Self contained means not depending on or influenced by others. In these three lines, the poet says that he should turn away from the depressing human world and live with animals. He finds animals more peaceful than humans. He says so because animals are not running after worldly things like human beings. They are calm and have no greed for worldly things or any kind of achievements. They are self contained, means they are happy with life and never interfere in the lives of others. On the other hand, humans have the habit of interfering in the lives of others. These are the reason why he stands still and look at the animals for a very long time. Now let's see the next lines. They do not sweat and whine about their condition. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. Here, sweat and whine means to cry and complain. Sins means an immoral act or wrongdoing. They here refer to the animals. So, here in these lines, the poet says that animals do not complain of any misery. They never cry out loud like humans do to show what they have lost, nor they stay awake in the night crying in repentance for their wrongdoings. It means animals are different from human beings because they do not show anger or grief if something wrong happens with them. Now let's see the next lines. They do not make me sick discussing their duty to God, Not one is dissatisfied, not one is demented with the mania of owning things. Demented means behaving irrationally due to distress, anger, or excitement. Mania means mental illness marked by periods of excitement. In other words, we can say madness, craziness. Now, see, in these lines, the poet further says that animals are very truthful because they never boast of their good deeds done in the name of God. If we talk about humans, they always try to show their good deeds and religiousness to others. They do so in order to gain popularity among their fellows. But animals never irritate him doing such thing just to gain some praise. Not one is dissatisfied, not one is demented with the mania of owning things. Means the animals are not dissatisfied like humans. It means they are satisfied. They stay happy with whatever they have. They never run behind worldly things. They never try to possess things of comfort or luxury. None of them is mad behind the owning worldly things. Now let's see the next lines. Not one kneels to another, nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago. Not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth. Kneels means bow down. Here, the poet says that he has never seen any animals showing his devotion to anyone by bowing down in front of the others. They never do so even for their ancestors who lived thousands of years ago like human beings. No one among them is more respectable or important as we have in human society. We can see in human beings, rich people are generally given more importance and are treated with more respect as compared to the poor. But according to the poet, animals never do so. That is why everyone in the animal world is happy, and that is why the poet says not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth. Now let's see the next lines. So they show their relations to me and I accept them. They bring me tokens of myself, they evince them plainly in their possession. Here, token refers to the qualities or virtues. Evince means to reveal the presence of a quality or feelings or to indicate something. Now, see, in these lines, according to the poet, animals are more honest in showing their relations with other animals. With this, they remind the poet the virtues or the qualities of human being that now indicate in their activities or they possess them. Now let's see the last two lines. I wonder where they have got those tokens. Did I pass that way huge time ago and negligently drop them? In last two lines, he introspects himself that from where the animals get those good qualities. He questions himself that where his own good qualities are gone. Did he leave them or had carelessly lost them somewhere without realizing its importance? Okay, so he just dropped them or neglect those qualities, the qualities that were found in human being in the past, like innocence, kindness, truthfulness, are now seen in animals. He wonders that humans gave up these qualities and they have been passed on to the animals. So At the end, we can say that poet has made a satirical comment on human beings and wants to convey a message that man should not lose his basic nature like simplicity, satisfaction, honesty, and peace. Now let's see the literary devices used in the poem. In the very first line, we can see assonance is used as vowel sound I is prominent. I think I could turn and live with animals. Okay. And next, repetition is used in the third line as the poet has used long and long. So, long and long is repeated. This word is repeated 2 times. Now we can see anaphora is used in line 4th, 5th and 6th as the word or phrase is repeated at the beginning of 2 or more lines. Just as here they do not is repeated. With this, the explanation is completed. If you have any doubt, you can send your queries on WhatsApp. Goodbye and take care.